Okay, so this is a pre-production model of the little ice-hut stove. It's a gravity-fed pellet stove, and you can also burn regular wood in it. It's this stove's got about 200 hours of burn time on it, and my last burn was about 9 hours. And there's the ash. There's the ash, and most ash falls into the first half of the pan, and I could empty it. This pulls out, or I can just shove the ashes back here. Just clear it out a little bit. Set it up and burn again. You can see the hopper and the titanium roll-up flue. It all roll up to fit inside the stove for storage. The legs fold up. I put a little. See inside there. You can see the stainless steel grate, and I put a little automotive exhaust connector on there to get an angle on the flue so I can get it out the top of the little ice hut here. This is a Eskimo 450. It's got about 75 square foot. It's non-insulated, and I was burning it about 20 degrees with 13-mile-an-hour winds, and it was keeping it about 68 degrees in here. If I had something over the snow on the bottom, it'd probably heat it up a little better than that. Something I notice is you can feel the cold come right through the vinyl windows when they're open. If you block it, it feels a lot better. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and start this up. Now that little hopper there, it'll burn for approximately 2 hours. And the best way to light it is with the propane torch. I'm using softwood wood pellets. These are from Home Depot. They're a Douglas fir pellet. For 40 pounds, it's about $6. And the rate this burns, you get almost 20 hours of burn time out of the 40-pound bag. That's a lot cheaper than propane. What's nice about this, it's a dry heat. You're not putting all the moisture into your fish hut here. So, yeah, you can burn wood in it also. You really don't want to burn it at the same time. You could throw in a couple, but you're better off just burning that by itself, and then burn the wood by itself. About 8 inches long is about the length I like to cut the wood. Smaller pieces, it seems like it burns better. This is about 12 inches long, but 8-inch long pieces of wood seem like it fits in there and works really good. So just close this up. That's it closed. take a propane torch and we'll get her going. Propane's running out. We got her running. And now she'll burn for about 2 hours, and it's a good constant temperature. On the sides right in here, it's going to be about 500 degrees, and on the tops it's going to go from 800 to about high 500s right in here. And your flue is going to heat up to about 200 degrees. You can touch it for a short period of time, can't hold on to it, but we'll come back once she gets going here. Okay, we've been running about 19 minutes, and today it's a little warmer out. It's about 32 degrees outside today, and got 2 thermometers in here, one about 2 foot in front of the stove and about chest height, about 5 foot high, and it's reading 75 degrees. I got another thermometer about the same height, closer to the door where I'm getting some combustion air coming in through the bottom, and it's reading 65 degrees. I also have a vent open up the top here, and I can pick up the camera. Here's I don't know if you can see that, 75 degrees. And here's another one back over here. Yeah, it's reading 65 degrees. Now the stove is about 10 inches. The box itself is about 10 inches high, about 5.5 inches wide, and 12 inches deep. And right now, we'll take some temperatures off the stove. It's pretty constant what the temperatures stay on this. A little hotter when you first start it, but then it gets down to its operating temperature right there, right on top of the burner. It's reading, I don't know if you can't see that, but it's 850 degrees Fahrenheit. Right in the middle, right here, 802 degrees Fahrenheit, and right at the back there, 670 degrees. And it's going to cool off when it's running after an hour or two. It's running probably 100 degrees cooler on top. Right now, right in the middle, it's running 625, and that usually is running about 550 degrees right there. In the front, right on the top there, it's 660 degrees. Right above the little window, it's 470. That's a mica window, It's a rock actually, and it's thin layers of it. Almost feels like plastic. Not indestructible. It could take about 1200 degrees. And that's about what she looks like. You see some flames coming from the top of the burner, and it's mostly coals on the bottom there. As the pellets fall down, they'll have a little flame on them. And so we have been burning, I say now, 22 minutes, and this is what we've burnt so far in 22 minutes. See, it's about an inch and a quarter below the brim. That'll burn for about 2 hours there, which with 3 of these scoops here fills it up, and that's holds about 1.5 pounds of pellets. That scoop there. Now I'll close these windows so you can see that flame a little better, maybe. Okay. Nice. What she's looking like inside there. And I think you can hear it makes a little whooshing sound. I don't know if you can hear that. And this is my combustion air here, and the bottom of the door over here. And what's nice about these is you can, it gets a little warm, you can open up the window, get a little more air in here. And I'll take you outside and show you how clean she burns. There's no smoke coming out that flue at all, none at all. It's a 2¼ inch flue. Now I'm going to step outside here. Okay. And there's the flue. See, there's no smoke coming out of it. This flue here is 3 meters long, but the flue that's going to go into production will be 2.5 meters. This is a little longer than it needs to be. It's 2.5 gives you plenty. Okay. Okay, thank you. So the stove's been burning right out an hour now, and temperature's holding steady in here. It's 70 degrees on one of my thermometers and 65 on the one next to the door. Check the temps on the stove here, and on the top close to the burner, right, 810 degrees. Right in the middle on top, 769. Right out the very edge of the back, 639. And on the side, burn 550 degrees, and that's how it's going to burn, right in there. And it'll burn like that. My last burn, I burnt it for, what was it, 9-10 hours, and it'll just burn like that. And what I really like about this over the regular wood stove is you're not getting smoke in inside the tent. If you ever mess with wood stoves, they could be temperamental. You know, having to adjust the air, and you put in new wood and the smoke roll out on you, and you don't have that with this thing. It runs clean. It's nice. Right as you get to the very bottom, right before it drops out there, you'll get a little smoke that will collect in here. If you open it up, you'll see the smoke, but the smoke won't come out when the top's on. It'll barely come out when the top's off. And I've experimented with putting the wood in there as it burns down. Sometimes there'll be a little flame come up right at the very end there, and you can pour the pellets on top of it, and it'll just continue on. I've had no problem with it. I tried a taller hopper, and that does collect more smoke. If you get too tall, then it'll act kind of like a chimney, and it didn't come out of the chimney, but it collected a lot of smoke into it. I've also gone a little wider, but then it won't fit inside the stove. This all fits right inside the stove. You break it down along with the flue. It's really compact. I'm going to throw some wood in here just to show you how it goes. Now, when you're burning the wood, if you just have this on it, when you open this, you'll get a draft that'll come up, and you'll get a little puff of smoke, and as soon as you shut the door, it goes away. But really, if you're going to burn wood, you'll have this capped off just when you burn the wood. The wood, when it burns, it gets hotter on the side than it does the top. You're getting around 700-800 degrees on the sides, and you're getting about 500 degrees on all along the top there. So it's actually for cooking. Pellets are actually a better way to go. So this burned about 2 pounds of pellets an hour, which comes out to about a little over 15,000 BTUs in. I don't know what the rate of if it's 70% efficient. I don't know exactly what it is. There's no smoke coming out of it. If it's 70%, it'd be a little over 11,000 BTUs out. Now a Big Buddy propane heater puts about 7,000 BTUs. That's what they claim. I don't know if that's the input or the output. The little bigger one, the Flex, the one that can turn upside down and you can cook on, it does 11,000 BTUs. So it's about the same as this, if that's their output. And you can cook on this too. And you don't have all the moisture coming out. That's the bad thing about the propane, is you get all that moisture coming out. So put some wood in here. This is going to be hot, so you want some leather gloves or use a tool or some sort to manipulate this. And I'll throw in, see, little smoke's coming out there. I'm going to put a little lighter fluid on that wood there so that it ignites. There she took off. She'll get a little hotter with the wood in there, but see, now when you open it and you put wood in, you get a little smoke in here. And that's what's nice about the pellets. It's just nice clean air. Okay. Okay, so it's been burning for 2 hours now. As you can see, she's down to the coals, and I'm going to let that burn out, and I'm going to put some wood in there just to show you how that works. Okay, so when you're just going to burn wood, you don't want to have the hopper on here, because it can make a chimney effect when you open this door and get smoke to come out. So I should put a cap on. I don't have my cap with me, so I'm just going to cover it with a bowl. And let's see, let me get some wood here. Lighter fluid on the first piece here so we can get it going fast. Okay. It's roughly 6 inches, or about 8 inches long here, and if you got some old pallets to break up, it makes perfect firewood. But you burn branches or small split logs. Cut the length. Handy dandy fire starter. Let this flameage go on. And actually this works better as a wood stove than most wood stoves do. You don't have to worry about adjusting no air. It gets some combustion air from the bottom down here, but most of the combustion air comes from the top. So as the ashes build up, it doesn't affect that combustion air, and she'll burn down to nothing. And smaller amounts of wood and smaller machine, you're not creating so much smoke and stuff. We'll go outside here and see what it looks like. I'll turn this off so I'm not shaking it all over. Okay, so see, a little smoke comes out when you're burning the wood, unlike the pellets. The pellets are very clean. But this burns a lot cleaner than a lot of wood stoves I've seen, where you're billowing out the smoke. And I just started it with that wood. Focus, you. Yeah, you can see it's light, but there's somewhere. Okay. Okay, you saw when I threw wood in there, when I had the hopper on there and the pellets, you see how smoke, a little smoke came up while I had the door open with that hopper on there. But this bowl is on there good. Don't have my, just takes a little 3-inch cap to go on there. Open this. I don't see no smoke billowing out. You see, it's still drawn that way. A lot of wood stoves, I know my wood stove that I've been using for years, you open the door and you get smoke that rolls out at you and stuff, and it's always, you gotta leave the door partially open or all the way closed and then adjust it, and you're always getting smoke in there. I didn't get no smoke in here that time. I just put that wood in. See if I can get a couple more pieces in there. See, it's burning good. See, don't get that smoke coming out there. This hopper is just regular galvanized single wall flue fittings is all it is. It goes from 3 to 4 inch, then connects to a 4 to 5 inch, then a 5 inch cap on it. And this would just have a 3 inch cap on over that. Right now it's not throwing nothing out there. You take it off. It's got good flow going up. Now, it usually runs about 200 degrees, this flue up in here, and you can touch it but you can't hold on to it. Now, this here is about the same. You can touch it but you can't hold on to it. See if I can. I mean, I can touch it, but I can't hold on to it. So it's around 200 degrees. Now, let's see. Let's check the temperature on the stove now. Usually it runs a little cooler on the top than with pellets, and it runs a little hotter on the side. Let me go get my device here. Be right back. Oh, what did I do with that thing? So my infrared scanner, so she's running about 425 up on top, 430, and usually right in the middle there, it usually runs about 600 when I'm doing the pellets. On the side right here, she's running all 470. It's usually running 550 with the pellets. Usually when I get this going with the wood, it gets up 700-800 degrees on the sides there. It stays cooler up on the top. Okay.